Okay, let's talk about the fucking thing that I hate about Lord Marshal Dreir now. So, going over his model, his base, everything looks pretty nice. Original model looks really decent. I like the look of it. It looks really, really nice. So, ain't got no qualms with that. Nothing wrong with that. But if you gotta look at the main problem here, it's that there's a couple things that are just a little bit too rough for anybody that wants to use Lord Marshal Dreir. Number one, he can only lead Death Riders. That's awesome, right? We get a guy that has potential to be, a decent epic character, but he can only lead other guys on horses. Oh, but he can only lead half of the other guys on horses. He can only take Death Riders, not the Attilan Rough Riders. No, we can't have him getting any other guys that could potentially do better. No, he has to have the Death Riders, which aren't bad in their own sense. But this is the only thing he can lead. He can't lead Kriegers. He can't lead Cadians. He can't lead Attilan Rough Riders. He can only lead Death Riders. Well, he must have something good to go along with it. Let's see. He's got 10 inches of movement, 4 toughness, 4 up save, 4 up invuln, 6 wounds, 7 leadership, 2 OC. When this model is destroyed, roll a d6 on a 2 up, send him back on the battlefield with D3 wounds remaining. Each time this model unit makes a charge move until the end of the turn, melee weapons equipped by the model have dev wounds. That sounds like it'd be amazing for Attilan Rough Riders who have the ability to fall back and charge. Wouldn't that be amazing? No, don't give them dev wounds with the models in this unit. Just make it so it's only on charge. So something like Attilan Rough Riders would go so perfect into it, but you can only lead Death Riders. Okay, that makes sense. Let's look at his weapons. He's got a basic pistol, 1 attack on a 3 up, 3 strength, 0 IP, 1 damage. It's a pistol. It's a las pistol. See that everywhere. It's just a ranged option he can have for maybe one little ticket damage every now and then. Then you look at his Saber Sacrifice. What are we fucking doing here? Whose idea was this? Who's the fucking genius that decided to give a 6th strength melee anti-infantry 4 up? Which infantry are we fighting that has anything above 6 toughness already, to where 6 strength cannot get a 4 up naturally? If it's -1 to wounds, so be it. You're still at 6 strength. Maybe they have 5. It doesn't matter. If you're on a Terminator that has 7 toughness, yeah, sure, its anti-infantry 4 up is gonna fucking help you out there. But how many situations is that really gonna be useful to you? Why can't it be a 3 up? 6 attacks, 2 up to hit, 6 strength, AP -2, 1 damage. If we're gonna have anti-infantry at 6 strength, you might as well make it 2 damage at least, right? No, you don't need that. Because he gives everybody dev wounds. You can't have 2 strength and dev wounds. It's too much for a 100-point model. Then you look at his abilities. Leader, feel no pain, 6 up. That would be a pretty good thing. It can't be bad. It's just a 6 up, feel no pain. I mean, what can you complain about there other than it just fucking doesn't really make all too much sense? I mean, it's better than nothing. You get to what he can order. This officer can issue up to 3 orders to regiment units. Lord Marshal Dreir isn't a regiment unit. He cannot order himself. He cannot give himself any orders. Why? What are we doing? A combination of, we're going to make this guy 100 points. He can only lead 1 unit. He has an anti-infantry 4 up at 6 strength. And it's just stupid. Oh, also, he's got a 4 up save and a 4 up infold. The only time where that really matters would probably be if you had benefit of cover on an AP 0 weapon. Like, thank God for that. Thank God that we have just that little extra, little fucking boon there. I love that. All right. And now let's look at maybe another guy as kind of an equal power. A little bit of another epic hero, per se. Another commander that's kind of similar in points-wise. Lord Solar Leanthus. 130 points to 100 points. You'd think they'd kind of be similar in power-wise. Look at his ranged weapon. It's also a pistol. They both have 4 toughness. But he has a 3-up save instead of a baseline 4-up save. And a 4-up invuln. And he's got more wounds. And he's got better leadership. He's got the same OC, though. He's got more movement. His pistol, they both have pistols, 12 inches range. His has 2 attacks, hits on a 2-up instead of a 3-up, 8 strength instead of 3, AP minus 2 instead of 0, 2 damage each. Okay. Then we get Conquest, 6 attacks, 2 up, 6 damage, AP minus 2, 2 damage. Pretty much the same damn fucking profile. Except for it doesn't have the anti-infantry 4-up, which is redundant. So, amazing. And this is just at 30 points more, Don't really need to care about that. You gain 1 CP every single command phase if this model's on the battlefield. You get a redeploy after everybody is already deployed. And the models that it can be attached to is actually literally everything you could ever fucking want. Oh, he can issue up to 3 orders to Regiment, Squadron, and Titanic? Well, doesn't that make him a little bit of a good guy there? At 30 extra points? It's almost like you're telling me Lord Marshal Dreir is just garbage. Overall, I'd say that these guys are pretty close in strength. 130 points to 100 points, that's like nothing. Really, honestly, you can see the similarities between both of their profiles of how equal in strength they are. Just a little bit, maybe in one direction, like, oh, he's got 12 extra movement. That's the 30 points talking. Oh, but he's got a better save. Well, he's 30 points more. Well, he's got more wounds, too. Oh, but he's 30 points more. Well, his leadership is better. Dude, come on. Like, are you hearing yourself? He's 30 points more. And then you just do that with literally everything on his sheet. How far can 30 points really get you? Could you get this type of thing with a 30-point enhancement that you can't put on Lord Marshal Dreir because he's an epic hero? Good job on making Lord Marshal Dreir. Good job with his weapon profile. Good job on making him 100 points. And the individual who gave him anti-infantry 4-up on his Saber of Sacrifice. You're just the best. I don't know what we could do without you. You genius.